50 years of love, faith, and hard work has one Montana family celebrating how far they've come. KTVH's Lauren Heiser caught up with them to learn more.
These are the Peepo brothers. They were born in Minnesota and spent their early years on a tiny farmhouse they say was the size of a chicken coop. The three boys slept on a mattress with only a single blanket to keep them warm. Some nights all they would have to eat was flour and water. The trio didn't learn to speak English until they were 7 or 8 years old.
The teacher put the two of us in the back of the room and told the rest of the kids, don't play with them because they can't speak English, so they're not worthy of your time or to play with them, which kind of sounds a little harsh, but on the other hand, we learned English real fast.
When their father remarried, they moved to Butte. However, the marriage didn't last, and the boys found themselves in an orphanage. Even at a young age, it was important for them that they never let the term orphan define them.
We were happy just to dig in and just make something out of ourselves and get an education and be able to provide homes for our wives and our children.
Jack went on to become a businessman, and in his spare time, a musician. Walter and his twin brother Ken became educators and school superintendents here in the Treasure State. The men all agree. The only success sweeter than the ones they had professionally was the family they built along the way. Ken was married in September 1968, Jack in March of 1969. Walt married his sweetheart in September of the same year. All three weddings happened within a year of each other. Now, 50 years later, they're reflecting, hoping that their story will inspire others. Without a strong role model to teach them about healthy relationships, the boys had to learn quick.
So we had to learn kind of by the seat of our pants as we went along.
It's been a whirlwind ride. Why she has stuck around for 50 years is still beyond me.
One thing that always helped the brothers in their marriage was their strong bonds to each other.
One of the things about Ken was his tremendous loyalty to his brothers. Tremendously loyal. And I knew if he was that loyal to his brothers, he would be that loyal to me. I've had 3 really bad bouts of cancer, and he has stood loyally beside me.
Marilyn says communication can be one of the hardest things for a young couple to master, but it is one of the most important.
So many young couples are letting that get in the way of their happiness when it's just a moment that you might have this disagreement. You've got, for us, 50 years more to live, and there's a lot more happy moments than those kinds of moments.
For Donna and Claudia, their marriages taught them lessons by change in circumstance.
It's not easy. I mean, you have your ups and downs, and since Jack had his stroke, I've done things that I never thought I'd ever do, and I'm a caregiver that I never thought I'd be, but I think because of that, we've grown closer together.
Marriage is not a 50-50 proposition, it's 100-100. There are times that you cannot give anything sometimes. Be tolerant, be patient, be loving and kind.
In Missoula, Lauren Heiser, MTN News.
What a great story by Lauren there. That advice has certainly stood the test of time for the Peepo family.